My form, I feel pretty good because I've been playing a lot lately. I've been practicing really hard and also eating well and exercising a lot. Jiaqing, I know him pretty well. He's the youngest that ever win the World Championship. He plays really good. In a race to 7, there's no such thing as a favorite, big favorite, but there's somebody's favorite, maybe by 3–4%, you know. But other than that, it's a coin flip.
So the players are ready, we are ready as well. Let's get to our commentary team for this first match. Carl Boys and Phil Yates.
Tom, thank you very much. The scene is set here at the Tercentenary Hall in the Victoria Stadium in Gibraltar. And everyone's right to say, what a cracking contest to get things underway. Canada against China. With me in the commentary box is Carl Boys, and to kick things off, it doesn't get much better than this.
No, you're right there, Phil. I just want to say it's a pleasure to be sat next to punditry loyalty, like your good self, Phil. And as you said, this match, it's a cracking match to start this tournament, isn't it?
First rack, race to 7, winner breaks. Jiaqing to break.
I think it's an indication of just how tough this tournament is to win, that Wu is the 13th seed and Alex Pagulayan, a former champion, is unseeded.
Yeah, and just going back to Wu Jiaqing, you know, he's still only 30 years old. I mean, he won the World 9-Ball Championships when he was 16 years old. And he seems like he's been around forever, but he's still only 30. I mean, he's a fantastic player, he really is. But what you're going to see here is it's the first match on the table. You know, none of the players know how the table's breaking, so they're just going to try and get used to it and see what's going on. And it's kind of a good thing for the other players, because the other players will also be looking at that as well, Phil.
Well, although it was a dry break, the worst thing was an unmissable plant was left, and now not the worst run out. It's not ideal, certainly, but well within Alex Pagulayan's capabilities.
Yeah, as you said there, he left a combination shot in the side pocket. And I think the thing, what Alex will want to do here is, it's just about getting used to the table. First game on the table, you're sort of unsure of the speed. You know it's going to be super quick because the TV tables always are, but it's just nice to, you know, just get a good feel of it out there. And you can see there just a little bit short of pace on that shot. It was a little bit wide, but it did fall in.
Now that tells us a lot, because at that pace, he might have expected that to rattle and stay on the table.
Yeah, I think just because everything's brand new, you're going to get a few that will slide in. But he's a little bit long on this 5-ball, so, you know, it's still not over yet. Alex sporting a little bit of a goatee beard there, Phil, for this event. Not seen that one before.
Well, goatee beard, and he could be the go-to player if he reproduces his very best form. Absolutely bundles of experience in pool halls and big venues around the world for more than half his life.
Yeah, and Alex is one of them players. He's won everything, but there you see it. That's purely just sort of first rack nerves there. Just got into it too much and it just flew off the cushion. There, you could see it. And now he's over near the side rail, and he's left himself a tester here. I mean, he's got over the line here, but it wasn't clinical, to say the least. But it's a 1-0 lead.
Yeah, showing his ambidextrous skills there, potting that very straightforward 9-ball, left-handed. So Alex Pagulayan, in what we have to keep repeating, is very much a sprint at this level. Draws first blood. There were a couple of pots there that might well have stayed out, but in the end he will be delighted with the start he's made.
Yeah, that'll just settle him down a little bit, that. Because even though he's played in a lot of these events, you know, he's no stranger to the TV arena, you still get them butterflies, don't worry about that. I must say, we've got a nice little decent crowd here as well, Phil.
Very much so, yeah. A lovely arena, it really is. Yeah. We're very close to the Gibraltar football pitch, where, of course, the national side have been doing really well of late in various competitions. I think their most famous win was over Armenia. And the Republic of Ireland played here just last week. Mick McCarthy's side only winning 1-0.
To break, leading 1-0.
You are the stat man, Phil. You've got all them stats. And let's have a look what Alex can do on the break now. It's a race to 7. And another dry break. There you see the red 3 ball. Stays over the corner pocket. Actually thought that might fall in, but it stayed there, Phil.
You saw the knees buckle. He gave that break everything. But for nout, as they say, 2 dry breaks, 2 racks played.
Yeah, and when you come to the table, the first thing you kind of look at is there any problem area? And the 4 ball is a tiny bit tied up, but I did first glance wonder if he could play a 4-9 combo. But with this shot now, because he played the combo, the 1 ball fell in, and he didn't want that to happen. So now he's faced with a fair little bit of distance here. So he might try and come round the back to play the pink 4 in the same pocket. Oh, I tell you, it's not a good sign. But he's had second best prize there, Phil. But you can see there, he's just shaking his hand. That was a bit of jitters there.
I think it's understandable for 2 reasons. Well, actually for 3. 1, the quality of opposition. 2, the fact it's a race to 7, which is very much a sprint, just to repeat myself. And thirdly, it's the occasion and the tournament he's in.
Yeah, and it would just go back to the first shot on the 1 ball.
Call.
He wanted the 1 ball to stay over the pocket, which would have helped him get a bit closer to his work on the 2 ball. But the Filipino players, this is where they excel, kicking. And there you see. I mean, not a lot of people would have gone 3 rails there, but to judge that on a brand new table, he's hit it really good. You know, and he got a little bit fortunate, but the main thing is make sure you get a good contact and leave distance. Then you've done your job, and then you just pray a little bit.
Yes, Pagulayan representing Canada, but very much of Filipino heritage.
And you see Wu kicking 1 rail. And he's not hit that good at all, yeah. It's a bit of a shaky start from Wu Jiaqing here. And it's so important for, as a player, if you can capitalise so early on these little mistakes, because they become so important in such a short race. And you see, he used all the pocket again there. It's funny really, Phil, because not many players sort of start straight out of the gate and play like flawless pool, because you just want to get a game under your belt. That's not too bad though, well judged.
He's had some dramas here at the World Pool Masters in Gibraltar. Do you remember the time when he saw that his two cues were on fire at the back of him. Not the cue he was using, of course, the break cue and the jump cue.
Yeah, I was waiting to see how long you was going to mention that. Was it the light or something? It was like shining down on his cue and then it was smoking or something like that.
Well, a member of the audience came down and told him, and at first I thought, what's this guy coming down here for? And then the reason being the two cues are actually smouldering away.
Yeah, I've never seen that one before. He was literally on fire.
Yes, it was great drama on that occasion, but in this rack, no drama, just efficiency. A ball to the side, and the simplest of nines, as it was in rack one.
Yeah, this is a perfect start for Alex Pagulayan. The simple 9 for 2-0.
And Wu Jiaqing will be worried on two fronts. First off, the scoreline itself, but also the way that Alex has got there, particularly the way that Wu played it in the early stages of rack number 2. We expect brilliance from him. That certainly wasn't brilliance.
Yeah, Alex Pagulayan's had his ups and downs in this tournament. He's a former champion, 2008. As Phil said before, he's set his cues on fire in this arena. And another moment that stands out is when he missed that relatively easy 9-ball against Jason Shaw a couple of years ago. Do you remember that one, Phil?
Well, we were all in shock, weren't we? It was one of the easiest 9-balls at this level you could ever imagine to see.
Yeah, it just shows you. Alex just asking if there's a 3-point rule. I'm surprised he doesn't know that rule, but there you go.
Rack 3.
There is no
Alex
3-point
Pagulayan to
rule
break, leading 2 racks to 0.
in this tournament, and he's moving over to the other side because he knows there's been 2 dry breaks. So he's switching it up a little bit. I always like to see that from a player, not scared to change where he puts the cue ball on the break. We're going to see another dry break, how it, if the 1-ball holds up, yeah.
And pool players everywhere will know now, after 3 racks, 3 dry breaks, that is not a coincidence.
No, and I kind of like it when the breaks the unknown. I think it stands for a better match, if you like, because there's more balls on the table, there's more problems.
Push out called.
You get to see more great shots played by the players. And after every break, you can elect for a push out. So Wu is going to play a long push shot here because he can't see the 1-ball. I'm just wondering if he's pushing to come behind this 2-ball for a kind of jump shot. I think that's his plan. Not familiar if Alex is good with the jump cue, to be honest. I know the Taiwanese, they really work hard on the jump shot, so I expect Wu to be very good with his jump cue. Maybe Alex is having a little think about that. You don't want to push the boat out either, Phil, because he's 2-0 up. And he's going for his...
Extension call.
He's going for it. He's playing it with a full cue, though. So he is playing a jump shot, but he's using a full cue instead of his jump cue. And that is because of the distance, and he feels like he can get better control. And he might even be trying to draw this back. Let's have a look at this one. Yeah, he has. Come off the cushion. Where's the cue ball going? He'll settle for that one. Brilliant shot.
He's always been known for his creativity when it comes to shot making. And when the best collide, which is basically the ethos of this tournament, that kind of genius shot can make all the difference.
Yeah, that's what I was saying about the break shot. When it's not an easy breaking table, you know, you get a lot of traffic in the way, and obviously we had to play a push shot there, and Alex gets his jump cue out, and you do tend to see more great shots. And And this one is all about speed control, which is a little bit easier for Alex because he's had a few more shots on the table, so I think he'll be pretty confident of judging this one. Oh, he's bumped the 8. I think he's just all right though. He just wanted to miss the 8 ball and travel a little bit further up the table. So now this cue ball will be travelling. He's going to be coming off 3, maybe 4 cushions on this shot. There you see the 5 ball. And how's your pace? And how's your line? A little bit short there. Will he chase the 9 ball here? He could play safe in behind the 9, bank the 5 ball up table. He's got a couple of options here. Yeah, that's what he's playing. Oh, he's made a mess of this one, Phil.
Neither one thing nor the other.
Yeah, he won't be happy with himself there. He's missed a trick there.
Extension call.
You heard there the referee Nigel Rees saying extension called. It's a 30-second shot clock, but in each rack, both players are allowed 1 30-second extension. And when you've got a shot of this importance, that's the perfect time to take it, to give yourself extra composure.
And this is one of them shots where if you could knock this in, this gives you a bit of confidence. Oh, heart of the pocket, lovely shot.
When he's cueing well, he's a joy to behold. He's got that really fluent cue action.
Yeah, one of my favourite players to watch, Phil. Not scared of admitting that. Big fan of Jiaqing.
And in the final analysis, okay, it's still very early, but maybe Pagulayan will be regretting that poor attempted safety.
Yeah, I think Alex should have attacked the table a bit more on that visit. You know, he's 2-0 up. He could have had a go at a bank shot or chased a 9. I didn't really like his shot choice there, but who am I to question the great Alex Pagulayan?
Well, trailing 2-0, Wu was in a stew, but now he's on the scoreboard. Pagulayan leads 2-1. In the shadow of the famous rock, we've got a breezy day here, and it's been a bright and breezy start to the 26th edition of the Dafabet World Pool Masters. Wu Jiaqing is feeling a lot happier than he was maybe 5 minutes ago.
Jiaqing to break. Trailing 1 rack to 2.
Yes, and, you've seen Wu Jiaqing having a good look at the rack there. What he's doing there, he's just seeing if he can spot any gaps anywhere. And that will determine where he puts the cue ball. Just looking, trying to figure this break shot out. And he's made 2 balls, and the 1 ball's come out. And as you can see, it's a generous split.
Well, let's put it this way. If every single time he broke off in competition, and that happened, he'd be close to being unbeatable.
Yeah, that's something amateur players around the world have had many conversations about, the break shot. It's just something you can't really perfect. Obviously, you're trying to get a good cue ball and get a good split, but you can never tell where these balls are going to go. Sometimes it's against you, and sometimes it's with you. as you said before, Phil, really nice cueish, really smooth. Kind of like the perfect cue action for 9-ball pool. And you see, nice and loose. And it can change so quick. What was looking like could have been going 3-0 to Alex. Wu's got these 5 balls left to draw level. Just quite a big angle there, so you can just see he's composing himself.
Extension called.
Even using his extension.
The 8-ball slightly hampering things.
Like you say, I think because he's left-handed, it's not so bad. If you're right-handed, it could be a little bit more tricky. Yeah, he's warming up now. The longer this match goes on, the more they'll be used to the speed of this table. He was actually my pick of the tournament, Phil.
Well, I think it's a perfectly legitimate pick. When he completed the World 9 and 8-ball championship double as a 16-year-old in 2005. For me, it was one of the great pool achievements in the history of the game. And now Wu is back to 2-2. Absolutely steeped in pool, this young man. He was raised by his grandmother from the age of 2, and he began playing 8-ball pool at the age of 10 in the family-run pool hall. And ever since, he's been one of the shining lights in the game. Rose through the ranks so quickly. Actually, the year before he won the World 9-ball Championship, he was the World Junior 9-ball winner. And he's a formidable force, as indeed, of course, is Alex Pagulayan.
I didn't know that one, Phil. I didn't know he was the World Youth Champion before he won the men's.
I mean, you think about it, to complete a World Championship double at the age of 16, incredible. And talking of World Champions and players at the top of the game, there is Shane Van Boning, another player with a big claim on this title.
Yeah, he's getting a little kiss off a fan there in the crowd, having a little laugh and a giggle. And there you see Skylar Woodward on the opposite side, the Moscone Cup champions at the minute.
SVB is the only player to successfully defend the World Pool Masters title. He was back-to-back winner in 2014 and 2015, and every single time he turns up at a tournament, wherever it's on this side of the Atlantic or back home, he's regarded as one of the favourites.
Yeah, that's right, Phil. And he's actually got Kelly Fisher in the opening match. That's a very intriguing matchup there. Kelly Fisher, former snooker player, fantastic cueist. That's a match I'm really looking forward to. And now we're going to get to see Wu break again. And just go back to it there. When you don't attack this game's about attack. You know, you've got to go for your shots, because we've all had bad beats and, you know, we've had good wins and stuff like that. This game can really change around, and it sort of has done. But another dry break. And Alex has got a shot here. There's a bit of distance in it, but 1 ball's on the rail, which makes it a bigger pocket. So he'll fancy this one.
Yeah, so 4 out of 5 racks have broken dry. Now, that really is a pattern.
Yeah, and it's something I kind of hope it stays like that on all, Phil, because I just think you get more drama. Yes, and in past events, we do see them fall in. And purely the pace has made that kept out, and I must say this table is a beautiful looking table, and I know Rasson, they work hard in making the best tables out there, and I have a feeling they've made the slate a bit deeper in the pocket there, Phil. And that's why it stayed there.
Well, I think that's the closest ball I've ever seen to being potted, which hasn't gone in, ever.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It just, when I was out there at the start of the event, doing the intro, I did have a look at the pocket and the shelf, and I thought, yeah, that slate shelf looks like it's gone a little bit deeper back, which is going to cause the ball not to just fall in if it gets near the pocket. Which is good, because I do believe you need people to miss balls to create drama.
So having run out in the previous rack, Wooer's got his rhythm, and when that's the case, watch out.
Yeah, he's got to play now shot here now. He's going to spin this 4-ball in, and he's got to try and miss the right-hand middle pocket, kind of hitting where his chalk is sort of area, to come back over for the 5. This is a shot he is very good at. Commentator's curse, I'm afraid. Wasn't easy though. On a brand new table, it just slides off the rail. So you've got to sort of hit that ball a bit softer, hit it quite hard. And I think we're going to see an attempt at a bank shot here, Phil.
Well, he's got that natural attacking tendency, and he's also very good at this kind of shot. We've seen him pull it off on many, many occasions.
Yeah, he's also got a safety option, but I think you've got to go for the bank shot here. Get this crowd going.
An attack is the foundation he's built his game on, let's face it.
Yeah, I just think you've got to make something happen in a match, and it looks fairly straightforward. You just got to kill the cue ball. Just play a stop shot. And he's gone for it. And he's missed it. And he's got second best prize there. He's not left an easy shot for Alex. I'm sure Alex is just happy to be back at the table there, because after he missed the 1-ball, he'll have been sat there thinking, I might not get another shot here. Is he having a go at this? All the way down the rail in the corner pocket. He has, he's had a go. I tell you what, Phil, if that didn't hit the cue ball, it were going in. We were right behind that one.
Yes, it was destined to be fluked. There's no doubt about that.
You can see it here coming back up. Look at that. That was going, that one. And he's left with a tricky little shot here and all. Off the rail, queuing off the rail. I think he might play this in the corner, though. Looks a bit tight in the middle from that angle. Oh, this is turning into a big rack now, this one, ladies and gentlemen. Both making mistakes now. They're kind of struggling out there at the minute. You can feel it. Oh, he needs an angle. This needs to slow down.
Well, Pagulayan was certainly concerned when he made contact there. And now he needs the bridge.
Yeah, he's got down there all right. That's not too bad.
Lots of running side, and now he's perfect. Well, in mid-rack, Carl, it was rather scruffy, but that will not concern Mr. Pagulayan.
Yeah, Alex takes a 3-2 lead. In a rack both players will want to forget. There were plenty of errors there.
Now that, I simply cannot believe, didn't drop. Pagulayan was convinced it would, but it refused to find gravity. That ball was missed by some distance, grossly overcut, and actually, as it comes back up the table, it rolls out, deviates off a straight course. Not that it made any great difference to the leave that Alex Pagulayan fully exploited.
I'm just wondering if Alex is going to have a look at the rack, see if he can spot anything. Oh yeah, he's just having a little look there, you see. See if there's any gaps. Trying to get a read off something.
Thank you, rack 6. Alex Pagulayan to break. Leading 3 racks to 2.
And there you see he's moved the cue ball away from the side rail, breaking off his hand. We have another dry break, Phil.
Well, 5 out of 6, that's an extraordinary strike rate.
I'm liking this though, Phil, me. I love a dry break. Unless it's my break, of course. And we'll be seeing a push out here
Push out
because
call.
I do believe the 3 balls in his way. And there you see it. It's not an easy push out as well. Another one, he's pushing out into a jump shot. I can't see Alex going for this jump shot. He will either kick at this, or I think he'll put him back. He can reach it. There you see him trying to climb on the table.
One of his nicknames, the Killer Pixie, because he's so small.
Set the clock, please.
I'm led to believe he was
2
given
seconds,
that
start the clock,
nickname, Carl, by a former world snooker champion, Cliff Thorburn.
Really? Wow.
Suits him perfectly, though, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does, yeah. A killer he is on a pool table, there's no doubt about it. And here we're going to have a look at Wu's skills. In America, we call this going airborne. He's about to go airborne. But not only has he got to pot this one ball, he's got to control the cue ball. And there you see it. Oh, look at this. Oh,
Ball in hand.
I've never seen that before. It was like just rolling across the top of the rail. I thought we were going to stop there.
Start the clock, please.
Look at the white ball here. Look at this. Oh, that's lovely. But I must say, weren't very well controlled. He will not be happy with that.
Well, when you're in trouble in sport, let's say you're on the carpet. When you're on the carpet with a cue ball, you're in trouble in a rack.
Yeah, that was a nice shot there from Alex. Drawing the cue ball all the way back down, just to miss the 5, to play the 2 in the side. Judged that well. where does this 4 ball go? Yeah, it goes past the 8, but he's got a... The problem here is he's got the 7 and the 9 ball kind of in his way. That's why he's just taking his time, and he's a bit concerned with that, because the 5 ball's also down there, you see. It's not just a case of potting this and then rolling the 4 in. I'm not really sure what he's tried to do there, Phil.
Well, it was rather like his safety shot at the end of rack number 3. Seemed rather non-committal.
Yeah, I agree. I think it was a bit of a... just a hit and hope, if you like. Now, I'm not sure if he had a sneaky look at the bank shot there. It was a 2-wayer. He does have the snooker, but there is a possible jump shot. But after his last effort, I'm not holding much hope for this one. This is not easy.
Extension called.
Jason Shaw's very good at the shot. Full length jump, drawing the cue ball all the way back. Where's the cue ball going? Look at this for a roll. That is lovely. He will be delighted with the outcome of that, let me tell you.
Well, it's lovely for him. It's absolutely horrific for Alex Pagulayan. When the jump shot failed, Pagulayan must have thought he might be in. All he's in is trouble.
It's amazing where the balls can end up finishing, though. You could have 1,000 goes at that shot and not land there. Yeah, he was trying to pot the 4 then. Just overspun it a little bit, and you know, he made a good hit, but as you can see, he's left it on. The difficult shot he's got here is getting from the 5 to the 6. So it's important. He's got a nice angle. Because this table's brand new and the balls are brand new, this shot can sort of get away from you, if that makes sense. It can just fly off. So let's see, he's going to spin this out off 2 cushions, possibly hit the top rail, which would be a 3rd cushion. Looks pretty good, this, to me. Just these 3 balls for 3-3. It's had a bit of everything this match, Phil, so far, hasn't it?
We've seen brilliance, mistakes, we've seen some outrageous fortune. None more outrageous than the fluked hook that gave Wu the chance to draw level, which surely now he will take.
What I will say is, I know he got a bit fortunate, but Alex did have his opportunity. So, if you don't take your opportunities, things can happen.
Yes, 3-3, we expected a closely contested match, and that's exactly what's being served up. Welcome back to the Dafabet World Pool Masters. 23 matches are going to be played here at the Centenary Hall over the next 3 days. This is the first of them. It's a race to 7. Jiaqing against Alex Pagulayan. We're still no wiser as to who is going to win this one. Momentum is swung one way and then the other. But I suppose, Carl boys, purely and simply because he has the break, Wu has to be regarded as the favourite.
Yeah, I mean, this, like as we've said, this is just something. Oh, the wing ball's gone in there. We've not seen that in the first 6 break-offs. Look at the control of the cue ball as well. Watch this one. Bang, stops it dead there. That is like the perfect break. The beauty of having the cue ball in the middle of the table is you can see all of the table for your next shot. So no matter where the lowest ball is, you would think you'd have a pretty nifty shot at it. And I do believe the 3 ball is making this an even bigger pocket. Oh, he's judged this beautiful.
Well, the only non-dry break in the first 6 racks was in the 4th. Wu potted a couple of balls off the break and ran out.
The cue ball had a long way to travel there, and it stopped absolutely perfect. Just going to float this one in and try and get the cue ball back into the middle of the table. There you see. This game's all about angles. Now this shot, anywhere where the white ball is now, he'd be happy with.
As we've said, a 30-second shot clock in operation at this tournament. But Wu is one of those players who will not be greatly affected by it on the vast majority of his shots.
This one's a little bit of a stretch, but it shouldn't cause too many problems.
And for the first time in the match, Wu finds himself in front. There have been 2 break and run outs in the contest, and he's been responsible for both of them.
Yeah, it was a fantastic break-off shot, and the sort of most difficult shot in that rack was the opener. This one here, and as you can see, 3 cushions back into the middle, perfect position.
The winner of this contest in the last 16 will play Ko Pin-yi from Chinese Taipei. And these matches can be over in no time. If a player gets on a roll with the winner breaks format and being a sprint to 7, we could see really swift matches.
Yeah, it must be said it's a new format this year, giving all the fans and the viewers a chance to see more players this year.
Rack 8.
Fantastic idea.
Break, leading 4 racks to 3.
And we have 2 ladies playing this year, Phil.
Han Yu and Kelly Fisher. I'm really looking forward to both of their matches. Actually, if Kelly Fisher does create an upset and beat Shane Van Boning, it will be 2 women going head-to-head in the last 16.
Yeah, I thought you said and you and Kelly Fisher there. You said Han Yu. And there you see, same more or less break, but completely different outlook and pattern. It's just something you can't perfect. That's the beauty of this game. That's why you've got to cut out as many of the silly errors as you can, because you don't know what might happen. But this is a long shot. He's already missed one in this pocket, if you remember. And getting on the 2 ball, this is not easy at all. He's jacking up here and he's trying to stun this ball in with a bit of right hand side to... No, I've called that all wrong. I thought he was going for the pot there. Brilliant safety shot, though. You just heard Alex there. He's left a little gap. I thought he was attempting the pot there. A flamboyant exhibition shot. But it wasn't for him.
Now he's a pretty hard-nosed competitor.
Attention call.
There you can see he can just get through that gap.
Foul shot.
But he's overspun it. He's like swerved it into the 4 ball there.
Start the clock, please.
And Cole, look at this table. It's the kind of table, if you were playing, you'd be salivating.
Yeah, many amateur pool players would be chasing the 9 ball here, but it's not something you see the pros do. Unless it's a dead cert. He'll just run the table out here. At first glance, there's no real issues here. And it must be chalked down as a mistake there from Wu, because I do believe he could find the gap there to hit the ball. This is just all about angles. Make sure you leave yourself an angle on your next ball now. You can see he's just got a different mindset on the finish here. I think because it's so fast and responsive, you can see he's looking at... When he walked round, he was thinking, shall I leave myself straight and draw back up the table for the 5 in the side? But I think this is the correct way to go. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Judged the pace well there. I think this opening match is going to go hill-hill, you know. Got a feeling.
Well, all the evidence so far suggests that feeling is well-founded. The Carl boys hunch, the first of the week.
Yep. And just these 4 balls. The mistake from Wu was to give Alex the opportunity to make this match 4-4.
The opening match of this Dafabet World Pool Masters could hardly be better poised. 4-4 in a race to 7, so both of them need 3 more racks to go into the last 16. Now, this was the shot that decided rack number 8. There was a gap there for Wu to get through to the 1 ball, but he applied too much side. Made an illegal shot, and from there, for a player of Alex Pagulayan's capabilities, it was a pretty simple run-out. So the story of the match so far, Pagulayan went into a 2-0 lead. Wu won the next couple of racks. Pagulayan led 3-2. Again, it was all square at 3-3, and now it's all square at 4-4.
Who's your favourite player to watch, Phil, over the years? Who do you like watching?
Well, when it comes to Q Sports, I always like to see the guys who are at the top of the tree because they have something different. And so I suppose maybe I'd plump for someone like Shane Van Boning. But having said that, Earl Strickland, who's in this tournament, is a fantastic showman, so
Yeah.
he always provides great entertainment as well.
Yeah, that's one of my picks as well. I always like to watch what Earl's up to. And it's becoming a bit of a story, this match now. Another dry break.
7 out of 9 dry breaks. Now, occasionally they crop up, we know that. Sometimes you get a few at a time, but 7 out of 9, that really is extraordinary.
Yeah, it just shows you that there's no guaranteed ball. On the break shot, you're trying to get the wing ball or the one ball in the side pocket. And these two haven't figured it out yet.
And bear in mind, at the 2004 BCA Open, Alex Pagulayan actually, in one rack, potted 6 balls off the break. 6!
Yep. And do you know something, Phil? He didn't win the rack, I don't think. I think he missed his next shot. I've seen that clip. Electing to play safe here, but he's left a window here. It's a poor shot. Another mistake there. He's left it wide open. I think he couldn't leave the cue ball directly behind the green 6 there because the one ball was going to hit the 5. That's why you're sort of seeing him play a different angled shot there. But he's overhit it, and as you can see, he's left both edges. Poor shot there. But there is distance. And whenever there's distance, there's danger.
Extension call.
Yes, you said it. He's left both edges, and I think both players are showing their edgy. It's been the story of the match. Lots of mistakes, which we don't normally expect from these two.
Is he having a go at the cut here? I do believe he is. He's missed it. He's missed it. He was trying to use the 9 ball as a holder for the 2. It wasn't an easy shot. And to Wu's delight, he's back at the table.
Extension call.
And this is a very thin cut shot. And you see, just looking down the line of it. Players always like to do that when it's a blind shot, don't they? You like to walk round and just have a good look at that pocket. Sort of gives you a bit more confidence on the shot. This is a shot I've never been really too good at, this thin one. Let's see what Wu can do. Yeah, they're never easy, them. They're kind of just... They just don't feel nice when you're on them. You could see he sort of jumped up before he hit the white ball there and all. I think he's got to play a combo here. Off the edge of the 4 there. Played it well. Rail ball into the pocket. Stopped the cue ball dead there for position on the 2 ball. It was a nice shot. And after that, as you can see, he looks in pretty good shape here for this rack.
"42 years of age, Pagulayan, 12 years the senior of his opponent. He just hates that shot though. Okay, the red 3 ball is still on, but it's much more tricky than it should have been.
Yeah, I think both players are just struggling with pace at table. And now he's got to spin this in to hold. He's done it well though. Yeah, it was a good shot that, well hold. Something about when Alex is at the table, you just feel like there's drama about to happen, don't you? It's like his mannerism is very sort of jumpy and edgy character, isn't it? Same again here, but I'm not even going to call it. I'm going to say a lot of the amateurs would be playing the 8-9 combo here, but Knowing my luck, that's what Alex will end up doing. No, he won't do it now. All he's got to do is stun this 7 in, play the 8 in the corner. Perfecto.
Movement on the shot, but just okay. And so, for the third time in this opening match of the Dapperbet Whirlpool Masters, Alex Pagulayan hits the front. It was 2-0, it was 3-2, and now it is 5-4. Now, we told you competition was going to be fierce in this Dapperbet Whirlpool Masters. I think the first match is proving what we've been saying to you. So tight. I think one of the things we've seen in this match is the fact that the break hasn't been too kind to either player, but on that occasion, Alex Pagulayan hasn't broken dry.
Yeah, he's actually made the 1 ball in the side. You've seen him change the break up there and try that, so he could be onto something there. He needs this white ball to slow down. It's just popped out though. There's a gap. I think Wu can have a go at a bank shot here. Try and get the cue ball over to the left-hand side where the red 3 ball is.
Extension called.
It's like a two-way shot because there's a lot of balls down here as well. So if he does miss, he feels like he might get safe as well.
Gentleman in the audience there on his phone. I hope it's turned off or on silent.
Oh, he's fired this in. Wow, what a shot. He attacked that ball.
Well, he's first attempted a double much earlier in the contest, missed by a mile, so he's clearly made the necessary adjustment, and that's what these guys do.
Yeah, and the 4 ball, I think, does pass the 8 ball. He just had a look there, and that'll be hand in. It clearly does, because he's played that shot. And that's good news for Wu fans, the 4 ball passing. There's a big rack on all this one, Phil. 5-4 down. Fired in the long bank to stay in this match. There's a bit of angle there, you know. He'd have liked to have been a bit closer. A little bit straighter on this 5 ball. I'm not so sure if the 6 goes in this pocket he's looking at. Very difficult to see from the com box. If it doesn't, well, he's going to have to try and play it in the side, I think. Now, if it does go, can he get on the brown 7? That's on the bottom rail. If not, he could play safe, but you sort of don't really want to. Now you can see he kind of goes. I think he's going. Is he going to play safe? Yeah, he is. The problem with this, though, is you're letting your opponent, back to the table. And as you've seen over many years, Phil, things can happen when your opponent is kicking at balls.
I think his shot choice there was definitely influenced by the fact that to obtain position he had to play the shot sharply. Had he just played it a soft roll, I'm sure he would have taken on the pot on the green 6.
Attention call.
Yeah, I believe you're right there. This is just, from a player, you sat there you're just praying he misses, so you've got ball in hand, to be honest. And where's it finish? And there you see, this is the problem. Well, I don't think it's too bad. That's why whenever you can, you want to run the balls. Even though he got the hook behind the 9, you leave these top boys opportunity to kick. It's not often they miss the kick shot. And then you're just praying where they finish. Oh, he's had a heavy contact there, Phil, you know.
Absolutely guaranteed. The sound it made was completely abnormal. That's what they call in pool a skid, and it was a classic example of it.
Yeah, you could see it there. It's just jumped up. That's why he's actually nearly scratched as well. He was trying to play the cue ball in behind the brown 7.
It wasn't the normal click, it was a thud.
Yeah, it just makes a funny noise, doesn't it, a skid shot? But oh, this is... Look at this, he's... What's he done here? Don't you dare go in. Oh, no. That is something I hate to see. The dreaded fluke. What a big stage of the match, too. Wow.
And barring a terrible mistake, Alex Pagulayan, as a result of that oh so fortunate 6 ball, is going to be 1 rack away, on the hill, breaking off.
Yeah, I mean, he had his opportunity to clear the rack. He didn't. He played a snooker, and look what has happened from there.
You know what they say, Carl? It's great to be good, but it's better to be lucky. And the luck there was so timely for Alex Pagulayan. What an absolutely outlandish piece of luck.
Unbelievable. Look at this one. You could see he rushed it because he could hear the beeps off the shot clock. Missed it by an absolute mile and flukes it in the side pocket. Look at this. This is horrible to see. Now, there's always been big debates out there from a player or former player, whichever. Some players, they want it to be call shot. Some don't. From somebody who's a pundit, Phil, what's your view on that? Do you like the fluke, or would you like it to be call shot?
This is my view. It enhances cue sports so much, that element of luck. Let's never get rid of it.
Yeah.
OK, it's not nice for the player who's been the victim, but
Thank you, rack 11.
it really does add to the spectacle, and that's what we're all about.
6 racks to 4.
It's an entertainment business.
Yeah, and like I said before, he had his opportunity in that rack. Nearly made the one in the side. It's hit the point and gone up the rail into the pocket. So I think Alex might be onto something. I think we're going to see the other players, because there's a few players in the crowd watching, and they're watching the break shot. Believe me and you, they're trying to pick tips up for their match.
If he is vulnerable, certainly in the last few years, it's when potting from distance.
Yeah, and he's having a go at this.
Nothing vulnerable about that one. Into the heart of the pocket. The man they call the Lion. Lion-hearted there.
Yeah, he cued that lovely. Look at this. Used the 9 as well to stop the cue ball for the 3. And he's got a good opportunity here, you know, for the match. This is what you want when you're on the hill. You want this opportunity.
When he won the Whirlpool Masters at the old Riviera Hotel and Casino in Las Vegas in 2008. He beat Mika Immonen in the final. On that occasion, that was a fight back. He was 6-3 down in a race to 8, but got the job done. And nevertheless, this now is about converting a golden opportunity to win from the front.
Yeah, I actually think when you're playing this game, you should just be all out attack me. I don't think you should ever play safe. I think you should just shoot the lights out, just go for everything.
To give him his full name, Alejandro Salvador Pagulayan is now within 4 pots of beating a very tough rival. And that's his favourite colour for today, that green ball. The fluke he had in the previous rack, so pivotal.
Yeah, I mean, it's certainly proved to be a big talking point in this match, but as we've said once or twice before, Wu did have his opportunity in that rack and he's paid the full price. Just this 8-ball and 9-ball, and he's out of this year's World Pool Masters.
We're saying this about someone who's missed an absolute sitter of a 9-ball in this tournament before, but if he misses this one, myself and Carl will both fall off our chairs.
Yep, if he misses this one, I think he wants to go and jump in the sea just outside. This for victory.
And it is there. A former world master has mastered Wu Jiaqing. Alex Pagulayan is a 7-4 victor, and he goes into the last 16. World Pool Masters is in the books, and the winner is Alex Pagulayan, who's beaten Wu Jiaqing by 7 racks to 4, helped by one very timely and huge slice of good fortune in what proved to be the penultimate rack.
Yes, Alex Pagulayan is through. Let's speak to him now. Congratulations to you, Alex. How difficult was it? How relieved are you to be through? Because it was so close for so long.
I'm a bit relieved, but not really relieved yet, because there's more matches to play later on. It's always very difficult to play in the beginning. Especially me, I'm always jittery in the beginning. Towards the end, I'll get better.
Well, see, in terms of the start of that game as well, if you were nervous there, you didn't show it because you started very well because you won those first 2. Does that help to calm the nerves?
I was nervous the whole time. I was actually I was lost in a bit in the table. I didn't know how the rail rolls a little bit, so it's a bit slow in some part, but it gets fast towards the end. I don't know what's going on. Maybe my nerves is getting the best of me.
Well, you did get a little bit of luck, which I'm sure you won't mind. We can show it, actually. I think it was while it was at 5-4. And I noticed you immediately apologised to your opponent as the ball went in. But, I mean, with things like that, you've just got to take your luck, haven't you?
Oh, that wasn't luck. I was trying to do that. I'm just kidding. Yeah, that's a pure luck. Like everybody get lucky, and I have to take advantage to it.
And you have won this tournament before, albeit a different format and in a different country back in 2008. But now that the format's different and there's more players, would this mean more to you to win it now?
Of course, that especially World Pool Master is always it's such a big event. Top 24 players in the world. It means a lot to me if I win this.
Yeah, next round, Koh Ping Yi. You're looking forward to that now?
Yes, I'm looking forward to playing.
Alex Pagulayan, very well done indeed. You are through to the next round. Congratulations to you. Let's have a look now at the order of play then. So Alex Pagulayan's won that one 7-4. He is through. The next match is Fedor Gorst against Naoki Oi. That's coming in soon. Albin Ushan against Jeffrey DeLuna is third up, and finals night, David Arcady against Francesco Sanchez Ruiz.